Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about how to be successful in college in order to graduate from college. The first thing that you must have is a plan. In order to be successful, you have to know that you are there for a purpose, that you have a plan that you are seeking to execute. And so in being one that is adamant about accomplishing this goal of yours of graduating, have a plan in mind, right? Secondly, when you're in college, when you're going through the process of seeking to graduate and taking your coursework, remember that you are investing in yourself. When you are seeing this priority as an investment in yourself, you are not going to go partying. You're not going to put off studying for other things that aren't important. You are going to understand that, okay, this investment has cost me money, it's costing me time, and in order for me to get from point A to point B, I have to be on my A game. I have to be prepared to sacrifice whatever it takes in order for me to get from point A to point B. Point A is being newly admitted. Point B is graduation. So between those 2 points, you have a lot of things that can happen, that may happen, but that's okay, right? The most important thing is for you to continue to go in the path of success. And that means, if something does come up, you have to be, strong enough and have self-discipline to say, no, I'm not going to do that, because I know that if I do that, then the time that it takes for me to get from point A to point B is going to be longer. And you don't want that. You want to say, okay, I'm going to give myself 4 or 5 years to graduate with my bachelor's, right? And between year 1 and year 4 or year 5, I should be on my way to graduating, right? So in order to do that, you have to have a plan every semester. What courses are you taking? How many credit hours? Who are you talking to about your courses? Are you talking to your advisor? Are you talking to a mentor? Are you talking to peers that are on the same track as you? Who are you talking to? Having a network of people to support you during this time will hold you to accountability. Because if you're being held accountable for your actions, then you'll make sure that the actions that you're taking are towards the direction of you graduating to getting to point B. And many people sometimes fall off the bandwagon for a multitude of reasons. And one being, sometimes there is no support system, or there is no one there to hold them accountable, or the reason why, or they don't have a why, right? There's no why. You don't think about other issues like, okay, well, if I graduate, then that means that I'm able to have a life of my own. I'm able to do what I want to do. I'm able to live the life that I want to live. I'm able to be my own person. I'm able to do all these things without having a parent or guardian or someone right there, right? And that's really important, because if you're relying on someone else, right? If you're depending on someone else, then you don't have a lot of control over your life. You don't have a lot of control over your life, and that can really kind of, hurt you, because you're like, okay, I'm getting older and I want to have this independence about myself. I want to be self-sufficient, but you can't be that because you're not there yet. And so, another point about being successful in college is, having a network at the very beginning. Having that network of people to support you is really important, because when you have a network, then there's people that are rooting for you. There's people that are checking in on you. There's people that are seeing how things are going. There's people that are asking questions or wondering how is coursework going. What are you learning? Or what are you taking next semester? Or, what are your goals in a year or 2 years? Where are you at? What's going on with you? And if you have that constant, and if you are having that constant, back and forth communication with your peers, your parents, family, friends, mentors, advisors, professors, instructors, then you're constantly in the mode of what do I need to do to get from point A to point B? You're constantly thinking about it. It's not optional. It's not, I only talk about school stuff maybe every 2 years, and that's if someone asks me about it. No, that's a dangerous place to be in because when no one's asking you about what are you doing, or when you're not in communication with someone that is interested in what you're trying to do, if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have an advisor that you're going to, or if you don't have a support system, or if you don't have classmates that you can turn to, you will need a lot of self-discipline. Because you're doing it by yourself. You're having to continuously motivate yourself and keep yourself in the mindset of, I need to continue. I need to get from point A to point B, right? And one thing that I think is really important for people to think about is when you are deciding to make a difference in your life, you do not need anyone's permission to do so. The only person who you should be seeking validation from and permission from is yourself. That's it. If you make a choice about your life, you make it, and that's it. There is nothing else beyond that. There is no one else to ask permission from but yourself. You have to make the decision. This is what I want for my life. This is what I'm going to do. And I have to do X, Y, and Z to get from point A to point B. And that's how you have to be about college. You'll find friends, peers that are doing so many different things that don't make any sense. But you worry about yourself. You know that you have a plan for your life. So be intentional about what you do about your life. Okay? We'll talk later, and we'll go more into detail about being successful from the beginning of entrance into college and through, and then afterwards. Okay, have a good day. Bye.